Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us right here on Monday.
Happy
How are you,
Monday.
everyone?
I'm
Happy
good.
Monday. Happy Monday.
Oh,
Everyone, Alison Davis
happy
from Wild
Monday.
Time, who is stepping in for Miss Lisa, who just sent me a message.
She on her way back?
She's on her way back. And I said, who is this?
Oh.
So you don't claim her chair, was basically what she was implying. How was your weekend?
Good, good. Thank you.
We both were just chatting about Game of Thrones.
I know.
That's now our
Little
Sunday night
obsessed.
ritual. And I haven't spoken to anyone else in the building that likes Game of Thrones because
I don't want to,
it's way up too late for her. So now I have you.
Yeah.
What did you do, my dear?
It was a nice weekend. I went to Whole Foods on Friday. Have you ever done their tasting? On Friday
no,
nights.
I have lunch here.
Oh, no.
And
No,
then-
Friday nights. It's like an evening affair at
Yeah,
Whole
no,
Foods.
how was it?
It was
It's like
so much fun.
It's like people who go to Costco for snacks.
I went on Sunday.
No, this is
actually.
really cool. You have to go.
I'm playing with
you
you.
pay like $7 and you get 5 drinks and 5 little appetizers, and you
That's
walk
so
around the store. It
cool.
was so much fun.
When did that start?
I guess they've been
Have
doing
you
it
heard
since they
about
opened
this?
this new location, and
Oh.
it was really good. And they have a different like theme each week, so that was fun.
Okay.
Then I checked
Put
out
that
the
on-
distillery district.
Put that
for
on
the
your
first time.
calendar, everyone.
it's-
7 o'clock?
It's I think 5:30 to 7:30 Friday
Okay.
nights.
All right.
It was fun.
So that's what you
So
did.
we should go.
Sounds good, my friend. Hey, do you remember we were giving away all the Dollywood prizes that's been going on for the last few weeks?
Yeah.
Well, we now have 2 winners. Let it roll, everyone. Here are the 2 winners. Miss Terry Campbell and Ashley Richardson. Sorry, Mr. Terry Campbell, I should say, and Ashley Richardson. Congratulations, of course. We'll be calling you a little bit later on in the show and tell you how you can do your prizes and pick them up. They were really good prizes. And we
Yeah,
had
it's
a
awesome.
lot of people that came in and entered that.
Because Dollywood. Come on,
Everyone
that's awesome.
loves the Dollywood, everyone.
And I loved your ride when you went up on the thing.
Oh,
and
did you?
Yeah, I watched that.
Well,
that was
we're
so
thinking
funny.
of maybe going down there and doing our Christmas show from there.
It's really pretty.
The whole show.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not
really
quite.
pretty.
It's
down
a long
there.
way to go. Well, it's not really that far, but it's to take the whole show
Right, right.
on the road. It's going to be a big
Well,
production.
They definitely have it decorated.
Mind you,
very
I'm sure they'll be
festive.
glad to get me out of the building. You know, I'm thinking that they're pushing, I think. Who knows? Hey, this is our first topic. A simple concoction of vodka, ginger beer, and lime juice, the Moscow Mule, have been all the rage for a little while now. And I think it was Oprah that started it. What didn't she say was her favourite drink?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, much of the hype can be attributed to the pretty copper mugs in which they're traditionally served. But it turns out the very thing that makes the cocktail so special might also be putting you at risk. You ready for this? The Iowa Alcoholic Beverages Division just issued an advisory bulletin explaining that the state has joined others in adopting the FDA's food code, which says that the copper and copper alloys such as brass may not be used in contact with food and has a pH below 6 as vinegar, fruit juices or wine, since the pH of a standard Moscow Mule falls well below 6. I don't mean to be rude, but the drink's not in there long enough for anything to happen to
Yeah.
my alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know if that really bothers me, but I do like a Moscow Mule.
I like a
Yeah,
Moscow
I do,
Mule.
and I like the mugs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do
that's
you?
kind of what makes it fun, you know, when you order it.
Yeah.
It's a special drink.
Okay, well, one thing that you were doing this weekend,
Yes.
which I want to tell everyone about, is Crave. What is Crave?
Yeah, so this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is the Crave Food Festival. So if you're looking for something
know
this
anything about
weekend
that?
to do,
Yeah,
you
I've heard about
definitely
it. It's a
should
lot of
go.
fun. I've heard the food is better than the music. Just because the food is so good, not that the music
Right.
is bad. but-
Well, and they have music all weekend, so there's a lot of different styles, a lot of
Okay.
different genres that is going on. There's over 50 food vendors, and then I am actually emceeing this year for the first time their food performance stage.
Oh,
And so
fun.
I'm going to be having some interviews. There's a cookbook that's out, and she's going to be doing a signing, and then we're also doing like a hemp foods cook-off. There's,
Who's doing the cook-off?
several different chefs. I'm doing one of them, so we'll see. But it's with Victory Hemp Foods and lots of things going on. There's stuff for the kids, stuff for the
Is there
family.
an entry fee?
I believe maybe a $3.
Yeah,
Very,
I think
very
it was like
minimal.
maybe
Yeah.
$5, but everyone was raving about the food. I've been
Yeah,
hearing so
so
much
you
about
just
it. So,
and
yeah.
every food vendor has a $2, a $3, and a $5 items. So you can just really kind of pop around and try all different types
That
of
sounds
new.
good.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Look
so
at you
fun.
getting out there and hosting
I know.
events.
It's
Good
a great
for you.
weekend. I've been involved since the beginning, so
Oh,
it's
cool.
great.
How many years has it been going on?
I think this is their 3rd or 4th. I think this may be the 4th year, actually.
And where is it? It's at the fairgrounds?
Masterson Station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you. Hey, that topic that you brought up, which was quite interesting, is talking about texting and child abuse. Now, where does that cross the line with what you found out? What's the topic about?
So there's a lady, I don't have the names, but there's a lady that was on an airline, and there's a passenger in front of her, and he was using his phone, and he had a very large font. And so, you know, I think it's just like our human nature. If you see a phone now,
be
you
a
just
sticky
kind
bee.
of have to take a look, right?
I always watch what she's
You know,
typing.
it just pops up. Somebody gets a text, and you're just automatically looking at it. So she started to see what he was texting, and it was very, you know, explicit. But then it got pretty, you know, like illegal. I mean, he started talking
Quite
about
graphic.
Yeah, very graphic, and involved with sexual abuse of children. And so she started to take some photos of his phone and then sent that to the authorities and informed the airline, you know, attendants, and the police were there to arrest him when he got off the plane. And then that led them to finding a lady in Washington that he was texting and corresponding with, and the 2 children, I think ages 5 and 7, were actually being abused. So it just got me thinking, you know, about just kids in general. I mean, I'm a mom, so it just, you know, always kind of strikes that nerve and that chord. But made me think of that show, you know.
What would you do?
What would you do?
Yeah.
And just, you know, if you see something happening, I mean, definitely stand up. And I just applaud the lady for, you know, taking that stand, because she could have just, you know, turned her head and said, this isn't my business. But she didn't, and she, you know, helped those children.
But also
that were in
really
need.
big risk, Alison, because,
Very.
you know, obviously what he was doing was illegal
Very
and
much.
morally completely wrong. But if he had caught her taking the photographs of his text messages, what would have been done? What would he have done to her as well?
Right.
And I think you're right with what you were saying is what would you do?
Right.
Or, you know, if you saw something going astray when you're out and about, or something's not right, let's just say at this food festival this weekend,
Right.
and you see someone dragging a kid away, you know, what, I don't know, would I say something? To be honest with you, I often think about, you know, when I'm at a traffic light or something, if I was to say something, if someone, I used to always point to people if they were texting or something, but now I'm worried they'll shoot me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's in my head.
I don't do that, but I call the police when I think people are drunk drivers. Because, you know, I'm coming into
Really?
work
Right.
at 3:30 in the morning, and I have multiple times called.
Yeah, I
when
have
I
too.
see-
you.
Yeah.
I have too.
I always err on
Yeah,
the
if I've
side
seen
of
somebody on the
say
road
something.
that's,
Yeah.
you know, out of control or something like that, absolutely, I'll just say, hey, you might want to check out this area. Somebody was, you know, being a little bit.
Do you
scary.
copy their
Reckless.
I have-
registration plates? Or?
I have once before, yeah.
But they're also so quick, the police. You could
Yeah.
say, hey, I'm on New Circle at this intersection.
Yeah.
Black sedan is driving
Right.
all over the road.
Right.
And they'll catch them a few blocks away.
Really?
The police are amazing here. Like, they'll.
I
you
don't know,
can
I just thought
tell
this
them. I think you should always call. Because then what if, I always think if, well, maybe this person had just looked down for a second and that's why they swerved. But then I think, well, what if I drive into work and now I just hear about this accident
Right.
that happened and I didn't
Right.
call to say
Yeah.
anything.
No, you're
So
right.
I always call.
I think it's just if you see something that is wrong, I mean, stand up for it. I mean, we shouldn't be just so desensitized and so scared to just do the right thing.
No, and I think you're right to a point.
To a point.
You know, and I think, you know, there's possibilities if you step in, and, you know, there could be possibilities that you could be harmed or.
And it may not be
You
you
know.
being the hero,
Yeah,
right? It may
exactly.
just be calling the
Yeah,
right
I'm not going to
authorities.
confront
I'm not
any of these
right.
people,
Yeah.
but I'll call.
Yeah.
And
I got you.
have the
All right.
appropriate
Okay, I got
authorities.
you. Something that all men say they don't go through, but all women say they do. And it's menopause.
Yeah.
There's been lots of discussion over the years that men don't go through it. Men say
Right.
they don't. But all the women,
Yeah.
it's like, seriously, they have their midlife crisis, then they go through menopause. So what have we got, my friend?
Yeah, this was interesting. I saw it on the Daily Mail this morning, and it kind of ties in with a lot of doctors that we'll have come on talking about hormone therapy and things like that. And seems that this can be cured, but this new study says they
So they're
can
saying
narrow
there is
down.
a menopause.
There is menopause. They're saying if you can
I think
be
we've
narrowed
all
down
known that
to-
for a long time.
yeah, but this is what's new. They're saying that menopause is when you're approaching 50, so it's just before 50. And they say the signs are grumpy, trouble sleeping, tired all the time, weight gain, memory loss, and just overall being disinterested. Do you know any men that age?
No, I'm just thinking to myself, some of my buddies, I'm like, maybe they are going through menopause. You know, like.
So what is there to do about
well,
it,
so
right?
then they say that you actually, this can be medically treated. And this is something that we talk about a lot. But now if this is in your age range and you're noticing that your man, your husband, brother, whatever, is experiencing some of these symptoms, have them go get tested for hormone therapy because they might
That's
just
true.
need a little more testosterone and they'll be cured. So that was just interesting. And
But can I just jump in there? There have been, I remember I had testosterone levels done moons ago regarding, because I just wasn't feeling myself, and they said that I had the testosterone levels of a 70-year-old man. And I was like 28.
well,
And
did you feel better after?
Yeah, I think I did, but it was injections every day, and it's
Oh.
like, you know, I felt like a diabetic. And I finally felt like knew how they went through it. But I think to myself, I don't have that problem now, but I think low testosterone isn't just about menopause.
But do you think that men at that age, you know, late 40s, there's sort of a stigma attached in seeking out help for something like that, or they wouldn't think
Right.
that? I don't know. What do you think?
What do
Because I
you-
think
like, let's
most
be
women,
real.
you'll say they go
No,
through
I mean,
that.
I definitely think there's something about the hormone at that
To-
age. I mean,
totally.
that's definitely like
Yeah.
documented, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about what women and what we go through as we're getting older, I mean, there may be just some of that just being at that stage of your life, and then just some emotions that come in with it too, you know, because you're getting to that point where you may be looking at retirement and, you know, where maybe your kids are grown. And I mean, you know, men may not want to sometimes own it.
Are you saying
But-
you're going through menopause at 28?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was scared. I will say one thing to all the guys out there. It did have me worried. And I thought to myself, what was happening to me? I didn't understand. And all of a
So
sudden,
it stirs
like
up
I was
more
28.
emotions. It stirs up more emotions.
I was at gymming every day, double spin classes in the morning, but my sex drive was non-existent. And I thought to myself, there's something, like I've got cancer or there's something wrong with me. And I remember when I went to the doctor, he said, oh, don't worry, mate. He said, you've just got a testosterone level of a 72-year-old man.
You're like, yeah, nothing to be worried
Do you know
about.
what I mean? I was like, what? How is that possible? Like, and I felt super fit. And
Okay.
But you've also got to remember, I have a very open life. I don't really hide a lot of stuff. So it wasn't hard for me to talk about it. And then women and men were coming into the salons, and I'd, you know, oh, well, this is what happened. I'll be blow drying or cutting their hair. And the more people that I talked to, I should say, were open saying, oh, yeah, that's my problem. Or, you know, and I think if you have that conversation, it just makes it a little bit easier.
Well, so do you think then, like you said, you're a little more open and you're not nervous about talking about it, but maybe women at home that think, oh, you know, my husband's 48, he's, you know, going through some of these things. Is that something that you can bring up, or is it offensive?
I mean,
I don't know.
I think at home, definitely, like with your husband, I would hope that women would have that comfort, you know, relationship that they
Maybe
could
don't call it menopause.
talk about. I might not call it menopause, but again, I think with men, they sometimes are a little bit more reserved and maybe
Yeah.
hold that back, and it's harder for them to take that step.
Did you say
which is
what
great
they-
to cover these topics.
Did you say what they can do to fix it?
Yeah, well, they said go get a blood test from your
Hormone,
doctor,
yeah.
and there are
Right.
3 different hormones, testosterone
That's
and,
right.
and 2 others that they said
Yeah.
you could get.
I understand. They're
up there
Oh,
on
here
these
they
three.
are.
Okay.
See?
Three.
What is it? Well, I can't even pronounce that first word.
Right.
What's the
Testosterone
point?
and progesterone.
And
Oh yeah,
progesterone.
no, because do you remember when I went over to, I can't remember where I went here, one of our sponsors, and I went over and I had some blood tests and all that sort of stuff, and I went on to some type of testosterone medication, and I was feeling better about it, I will say. I can't remember what it was now, but anyway,
interesting.
it is what it is. Hey, very quickly, how much time have we got for one more topic, do you think? Yep. Okay, well, we might leave this for tomorrow because it's actually